So it's no secret that the Golden State Warriors have been killing the Nuggets this playoffs, and the reason for their success is because of Jordan Poole and other outside factors that have affected their winning. He's been their X factor and has definitely broken expectations as he's been nuclear in the playoffs. In just 2 games of the NBA playoffs, Poole has proven to everyone that he has a role on his team and he can play alongside Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, and he should be one of those guys alongside those two. I mean, the big three of Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry, the amount of offensive power and the ability of shooting is definitely crazy to me. And I think with this team and what they're able to do, I think all 3 of these guys can lead the Warriors to a championship this year or for years to come. And with Jordan Poole, he's been a huge crucial piece to this Warriors offense. And today we're going to break it down talking about why Jordan Poole is the X factor for the Warriors and why he's been very important for their playoff run. So what's up? My name is JDC. If you like the video, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. And let's get into the video. So the Warriors' success has been through ball movement and making their shots, and majority of this damage is courtesy of Jordan Poole. Game 1 I saw, there were a lot of times where Jordan Poole was able to take Monte Morris off the dribble with his quick first step and his ability to shoot the 3. I mean, in that game, he was taking a lot of deep threes, and it was just so apparent that they really needed to guard Jordan Poole because they couldn't stop him. I mean, he dropped like 30 points in that game, and Monte Morris tried his best to stop him, and there was just nothing because Jordan Poole, he's that guy. And I think moving forward, he should be that guy, you know, when Curry or Klay Thompson, if they ever decide to leave Golden State, or if Curry retires, then I think Jordan Poole should be a good replacement for Curry. So his ability, like I said, to take you off the dribble while also shooting the 3 gives the Warriors this new sense of basketball. I mean, it just gives them more space because with the Warriors, there's a lot of ball movement in their offense. I mean, looking at some plays, I think with Curry, like the ball movement on his team, like I said, I mean, the ball movement, there's a lot of ball movement, obviously, but every time someone touches the ball, it's either a pass or a shot. I mean, no one's going to be posting up, like I said. So Poole has been nothing short of amazing and has even played better than both Klay and Steph in the first 2 games. I mean, Poole, he's been lighting it up, and with Curry trying to ramp up into game action, Klay Thompson still trying to get to his old form, Poole has been basically the number 1 option on this team, and with Curry playing off the bench, Poole has definitely thrived. Over the 2 games, he's been averaging around 30 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds on some pretty crazy efficiency. He's shooting 66% from the field and 59% from 3, which is absolutely ridiculous. Now, obviously, it's a pretty small sample size, but nonetheless, these stats from a player that was previously in the G League last season is pretty insane. So moving forward, I mean, Jordan Poole, I think is going to be a very important piece to this Warriors roster, and in the playoffs especially, he's going to be that type of guy to take shots in the crunch time. So we also got to take into account that this is Jordan Poole's first NBA playoff action, and he's been showing out doing essentially everything that the Warriors needed him to do. Adding in Klay Thompson, who's been very amazing and is an amazing catch and shoot player, and we're talking about probably one of the more deadliest starting 5s in basketball right now. I mean, looking at some starting 5s in the playoffs right now, we got, you know, looking at the Jazz, I mean, they got Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert, but are they enough to stop Curry, Klay, Draymond, and Jordan Poole? I don't really think so. I mean, I think my Western Conference Finals is going to be the Suns and the Warriors, or I think they're on the same bracket. I'm not too sure what's going to be happening there. Or yeah, I think they're on the same bracket. Yeah, someone can correct me in the comments, but if they are in the same bracket, then I think they're going to go up in the semifinals. If they aren't, then I think they're going to go up in the basically Western Conference Finals. So I think the Warriors, I think they could take it pretty far this year. I mean, looking at the other Western teams, the Jazz, the Mavs, the Suns. I mean, the Suns are without Booker for game 3 and game 4. So that's going to be a huge blow to the Suns offense. I don't know. The Warriors right now, they're red hot. And Jordan Poole, he's been one of the more hot players in the league right now. So I also have to note that Curry isn't even starting, and the Warriors are still having an easy time on offense, which surprises me because I thought without Curry, the offense would be a little more stagnant, but it's actually a lot more free-flowing. I mean, Jordan Poole, he has a pretty underrated playmaking ability too. Klay Thompson obviously running off of screens, being a good off-ball player. You know, Draymond Green playing some good defense and distributing the ball. Kevon Looney having an interior presence and kind of just being there to rebound the ball. And I mean, everyone else, I mean, Andrew Wiggins, he's a great on-ball defender and a good 3-point shooter. Some good 3-and-D right there from Andrew Wiggins. But Curry, I mean, he's playing that 6-man type of role, and he's definitely thriving. So I'm not too sure if Curry coming off the bench is going to last. I'm just saying that it's been working for the Warriors. And with the Nuggets, now I do get that the Nuggets are without Jamal Murray and MPJ. But this series, With Nikola Jokic, I thought it would be a lot more closer. I mean, the Nuggets are down 0-2 against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole. I thought with Nikola Jokic, he would abuse the interior, but that hasn't happened at all because Draymond, he's been locking him up in the post. And that's another thing I want to talk about is that Draymond, he's been a very underrated piece for this Warriors team. I mean, he's the defensive anchor on this team. When fans talk about the Warriors, they mention Klay, Steph, and Poole. But I don't really hear too many names about Draymond. I mean, his ability to not only be a great defender, but also rebound the ball and be a great playmaker is probably the most underrated thing about this team. Green is definitely the glue guy on this team and an essential piece to this roster. And without Green, I think their defense would be pretty lackluster. Now, he is getting up there in age. I think he's around like his early 30s, I want to say. He is getting up in age, but I think he does still have some gas left in the tank. I mean, he went from this guy that can shoot three-pointers to playing defense, obviously, to being more of a playmaker type of role and still playing some great defense. So I think moving forward, they definitely should keep Klay, Curry, and Draymond Green on this team, kind of just build around them. Keep Andrew Wiggins. I think he still should be a pretty great player in the playoffs or even for the team in the future. So the Warriors on both ends of the floor, they're getting it done, and it looks like they will win the series over the Nuggets. If I actually look over the NBA bracket for the 2022 NBA playoffs, if we look at the overall bracket, so it's going to be Golden State versus Denver. If they take the series, they're going to be moving up to the semi-conference finals, and they're going to be versing whoever wins Memphis or Minnesota. Yeah, so they are on the opposite sides of the Phoenix Suns, which is good. So hopefully we can see a Phoenix Suns and a Golden State conference finals. I think that should be a pretty great series if you ask me. I mean, Chris Paul and Devin Booker, hopefully both of them are pretty healthy. DeAndre Ayton versus Draymond Green. I think it's going to be a pretty enjoyable series. And in the finals, I think I have the Warriors versus, I don't know. Out of the East, I think it should be pretty close, but the Sixers, the Bucks, and Boston are all my picks for coming out of the East. Most likely the Bucks, but I think a Warriors and Bucks finals would be pretty fire. So hopefully the Warriors can get it done. Hopefully they beat the Nuggets tonight because they are going to be versing them tonight. Hopefully they can go 3-0 and go Warriors. So that's the video. I'm JDC, and my peace.